The Big Show KSU Radio, joined by Matt Heramb, Aaron Anderson from the Kennesaw State University basketball team.
You know what? I asked Matt 2.5 months ago if he'd come on before I started asking the guys, and he said, yeah, he would, as long as he'd be the first one. So I promised him he'd be the first guy. Aaron is just has become his little sidekick, so I figured get them both in here together. Well, see, we're trying to get guys that go well together, that are going to be a little bit more outspoken together, not as shy. So getting you two together was the great idea, since you guys have become pretty good friends in the short amount of time that Aaron has been here. So appreciate you guys coming. Hopefully we won't
turn every other player after this off going on in the show. Just find out a little bit about you guys, Matt. I know you came from Auburn. Yeah. Tell us, you grew up in Georgia. Let's not get that confused, but you went to Auburn and transferred to Kennesaw. Talk about that transition, going from Auburn to Kennesaw, and even going from high school to Auburn.
High school to Auburn, it was a big step. I thought I was ready for the SEC level. Came in a little bit too fast, wasn't quite ready for it. Played 2 good years. Really enjoyed my time at Auburn. Just decided it was time for a change. Came back closer to home, Kennesaw and everything. I was kind of familiar with the program, and I really enjoy it here so far.
Aaron, you came from the West Coast. Not really the West Coast, from Arizona.
It is.
Western.
Oh, it's West Coast.
It's West Coast, man.
Me and Jeff, we come from the same place.
Come on.
We got it.
Talk about your transition coming all the way out here.
Oh, it's been the biggest change. I can't explain the differences. There's not one thing similar from Arizona to Georgia, as Jeff, I'm sure, has talked about before. But and then on the basketball level, coming from a junior college to Kennesaw Division I, it's been a huge difference. You can't even compare the two. They're not even anywhere similar at all. But it's been a fun ride so far.
Talk about what it's like merging into a pretty well-established program, a team that went pretty far in the ASUN tournament last year and is poised for another run this year. Talk about what just coming into the program.
Most of the team came back this year. We only lost 3 players now from last year's team. So coming in was a little difficult because they already had all the chemistry and everything going for them. But I played behind Matt and a couple other guys, and they took me under the wing, and they're kind of teaching me the ways and doing a good job at it. So, it's good though.
How much did you were lucky to come in during a year? And Matt wasn't able to go due to family reasons to Canada. But talk about how that helped, actually, because you played well going into Canada, getting into the fold, getting to know these guys on the court, because you can play pickup all day long. Mm-hmm. But the communication, the rotation, it isn't the same as it is in a real game.
Yeah.
Talk about how that actually will help you guys as a team and yourself actually make that transition when play starts a month and a half from now.
Yeah, see, we can play pickup all we want, but no matter how serious you try to take it, it's still only pickup, and you're still only playing against your same team, and it's not the same. But going to Canada, we got 10 good days of practice, which seemed like they were more than 10 days, and we went to Canada, and just playing with each other, getting the chemistry, the first couple games weren't pretty because we had no idea what we were going to do, what our tendencies were as a team, but getting those minutes and those games under our belt, whether we won or not, which we did win most of the time, but it was you can't explain how much it helped us, and it will help us because other teams across the nation didn't have that chance, most of them.
Matt, you're a leader of this team. Talk about what it takes to be a leader of a team like this, that can win the ASUN, that has the ability to go to the tournament.
Well, I'm a senior and everything, but we have a lot of leaders on the team. A lot of people step up different ways. Like Aaron said earlier, we just try to help younger guys, bring them under our wing, bring them along, help them out in workouts, pick up kind of stuff, show them here and there what they can improve on. But like you said, we can go far with this team. Basically the same team coming back. We have experience now, and I just think we're ready for the run now.
One thing I said last year, watching this team, because while you were a junior last year and Kelvin was a junior last year, and you had 2 seniors that played, this team was relatively young, and people don't realize. In sports in general, especially college sports, when you're young, you have to learn how to win on the road. And that was a big step that this team had to take last year. You took your lumps on the road last year, getting beat by 30, 40 points, and then finally breaking through. I believe it was at North Florida or Stetson, one of those 2, Florida Gulf Coast, whoever it was. When you finally broke that through, and that led to a 7-game winning streak, 6-game winning streak, whatever it was. how do you keep that from happening this year? Because you're still relatively young. I mean, everybody is a year older. You have more minutes under your belt. But for the most part, the core group of this team are still freshmen or sophomores now, where they were freshmen last year or still in high school. You're a junior, or you're a senior now. Kelvin's a senior. Spencer's a junior. But relatively, you're still really young. How do you keep that from happening again?
We did take our beatings in especially Jacksonville, but we got a couple big road wins. Like you said, Stetson, North Florida. We beat Lipscomb, who was a top team. We beat Mercer, who was contending for the title, and that was just the first step. We'll go this year. We'll hopefully beat those teams again, get a couple more wins on the road, keep our home court, kind of secure that one down. But we just got to learn from it. We had a lot of experience last year on the road. Hopefully we'll build from that too.
Talk about what it's like being a student athlete here, because a lot of times people just see you as the athlete. They see you playing games at the Convocation Center, but talk about the student aspect of it, because you guys are students too.
Basically just, schoolwork basically with the student part. Trying to be involved with the students, get to know other people, get people to come to the games.
What's your schedule like any given day?
Busy.
What time are you up?
We're up at 6:30, wait 7 o'clock, class 8, 9, find breakfast, lunch in between, another class, study hall, conditioning, night class, study time, and it's 6:30 till 10 o'clock every night.
And then some a-hole asks them to come do a radio interview at 9 o'clock at night.
and they have speeches and testimony.
Right,
Great.
right.
Good job, guys. Talk about the dynamic of the team. Do you guys all get along? Are there any pranks played on the new kids coming in? Have you pranked Aaron?
No, not really.
See, that's BS, man. No. You got to get some hazing in. You got to.
Aaron, you'll tell the truth.
Hey, I mean, it's kind of like you have to expect it. It's not out of hand or too bad, but I mean, we have fun with. I mean, they had fun with me. We all have fun with the younger guys. I mean, it's just joking around, but sometimes, I mean, it doesn't get carried away, but it gets pretty deep into.
Most of the time, they'll be the ones cleaning the locker rooms, getting the balls up from the gym, little stuff like that. But no, not too many big pranks yet.
Yet. Wait till the road trip.
Yeah, you heard that.
Matt Heramb and Aaron Anderson joined the big show.
A lot of times kids experience it. Have you gone through that homesick funk yet?
Oh, my goodness. Yes, I'm still in the homesick funk. It's like a lot of people I know here, a lot of people I'm close with, they know how bad I'm struggling. I mean, I have a family out here, my whole team, everyone out here, the coaching staff, they're all here. We're all a big family out here, but it still doesn't compare to being home. And I mean, I lived out in Arizona for 18 years of my life, 19 years, and coming out here, starting a whole new life, I mean, it's just, like I said before, it's a whole different, there's nothing similar about Arizona and Georgia. So I'm homesick, but I got to go home for about almost a week earlier in the semester. So that was nice to go home and see the family and all the friends and everything. So
what would it be like? This is going to be an odd question. But what would it be like without...
Remember, we're recording this.
I know.
I can manipulate the audio.
What would it be like without Facebook? Because I mean, but at least Facebook though allows you that opportunity to still stay in contact with people. Yeah. While you may not physically be there, you can still communicate. Whereas 5 years ago, you'd have to pick up a phone and call or send a text message and does it make it a little bit easier that you can still go on there and see what somebody's doing without having to spend all your minutes every month or, whatever the case may be?
Oh, definitely. I mean, all my friends at home, and I'm guilty of it too, we all act like I'm not home so we can't talk anymore, like it's so much different. But I wouldn't really be spending all kinds of time with all them anyways. It'd be mainly Facebook and texting and calling. But being able to have Facebook and things like Skype, I mean, it's a lot easier because you get to stay in the loop a little bit, stay in touch and contact with family, even when it's not convenient to talk on the phone for hours. But you can just go on Facebook, go online for a couple minutes and catch up and kind of get the gist of what's going on out there and how everyone's doing.
How helpful has it been for you to have a JUCO teammate, Mirza Sabich, however you say his last name, join you here? Has that helped at all? I mean, you guys are roommates. Mm-hmm. You played together last year. You guys know each other. You've been able to build that bond and transfer it 2,100 miles out to Atlanta or Kennesaw. Has that helped you? Do you personally think you'd be in a deeper funk if you didn't have somebody from home here?
Oh yeah, like tremendously. I mean, coming out here, him coming with me was a big thing for us both coming out here. I mean, that's one of the major reasons we decided to come together. And having him out here it's great. I mean, we can still talk about it because no one else really understands how we are. No one's really everyone on the team is basically around southeast area, and having Mirza on the team is just great. We can always talk about it. We can kind of relate to it on a different level. And
the only thing I can relate to, being the resident fat guy, is the Mexican food there, bro.
Oh.
I don't even know how to tell you guys. It's not that crap that they give you here at El Rodeo or El Chico or whatever that place is, Los Reyes. But no, I understand where you're coming from because I went through it when I moved here when I was 15, 16 years old. And people don't realize how culturally different it is here than it is out there. I mean, I'm from Phoenix. He's from Tucson. It's still essentially the same area, same culture, same everything else. And you come out here, the roads are different, the houses are different, the road signs are different, the people are different, the food is different. I mean, everything there is so different. And I couldn't imagine having to make that. I mean, I had my family here. I had my 4 brothers and sisters. I had my parents. I couldn't imagine having to make that transition on my own.
Oh yeah, I mean, one great thing about coming out here though is the first couple weeks I was out here, me and Matt, we were really close right away, and I was spending all kinds of time with him at his house, and he was kind of helping me in transition mode, but he was teaching me the ropes to Georgia and just getting the hang of it. So
go ahead, Jeff.
No, I'm not.
I'm calling somebody out on this.
Go ahead.
When Aaron said he spent a lot of time with Matt, Jeff made a face. Matt, what's that face for?
Man, I have no clue. Yeah.
Actually, you know what though? I mean, we went over there a couple of times with them, hung out. They just sit there and played.
Watch TV, play games, just chill.
He has the Nintendo 64 over there.
Yeah, which I haven't seen since I was like 13.
We got a Nintendo 64 back here, so next time we got a GoldenEye.
You got Sega?
I think I have it at the apartment. We're going to have a Sega party.
Let's go.
You can bring the monitor and hook it up right out here.
Yeah, hook it up right out here. Shout out to the nerds.
So,
LAN parties in there.
What is your guys' feelings? Matt unfortunately will miss the first part of the season because he has an injury, and he won't be available because of that. Talk about this is going to be the first time we've had a big time program come into here, and to the Convocation Center. And again, I'm talking about Georgia Tech tickets are on sale. $40, you get tickets to the 4 biggest home games. You can't beat it because you can't go see a Tech game for $40 for 2.
Tech in here, Mercer.
Yeah,
November 17th.
November 15th at 7 p.m. Yeah, show up on the 17th, man. What is that?
There will be a lovely volleyball game going on.
Oops.
Last year when we went down to Tech, lost by I think 18, shot 11% for the game. Wasn't anything Tech did. It was probably more about what Kennesaw did or didn't do at that point. They lost everybody. I don't know what he's whispering, but it's throwing me off. What does that mean to have them be able to come back this year? You guys have essentially brought everybody back. You brought back the majority of your scoring, the majority of your minutes, the majority of your rebounds. You have everybody back. Yet they've lost everybody, but yet they still have that nostalgia of being a big-time program coming into your house. You get them essentially the second game of the season, so you don't have to play 9-10 games before then. You get them, you spend your off-season preparing for them. What is that going to mean to you guys to get them in here and show college basketball in the Southeast that Kennesaw State isn't just an ASUN team anymore, that they are ready to play big-time programs anywhere?
It's going to be